Cool, we're live on YouTube. This is gonna be great. Hey you on YouTube, nice to see you again. Another Friday at 1. This is Junior Rufino, one of the hosts of TNT. And if you're on YouTube watching us, please feel welcome to join us here at this meeting. Right now, I'm gonna explain everyone how's it gonna work, and then we can start the discussion, the talk, okay? So, this is not a class, which means I'm not here to teach you guys anything. This is a conversation meeting. Oh, I forgot the expression I was gonna say right now. But this is a place for us to talk, to share experiences, to share thoughts, and to discuss topics, and to learn with each other's experiences, okay? So I want you all to feel comfortable, to feel safe, to express yourselves and to share your opinions. If you feel unsafe, if anything happens to you, okay, if you feel any threat or something, you can click on the help button and call me to the room, or you can come back here to the main room to stay with me, okay, if you feel like any trouble. And I'm gonna ask you guys to please respect each other's opinions. And also, I forgot what the other thing is. Okay, avoid correcting people, okay? We're here to learn naturally. So if the person asks you for help, like, oh, how can I say this? Then you help. But if the person doesn't ask, just try to let the mistake go, you know? The person is gonna learn, you know, in another time naturally what the mistake was, and then the person can correct him or herself. Cool. Great. I'm gonna send you guys 9 questions right now on the chat. For those of you who was here last week, please raise your hands. Natalie was here, Mariana was here as well. Louise, I think, was here, Mateus as well, but I think Louise was in another room. Cool. Last week, we talked about reading, but we talked about reading as a hobby. Today, we're going to talk about reading and society, you know, and how the habit of reading can affect society for good and for bad. Okay? So I really want to know you guys' thoughts. So I'm going to send the questions here on the chat, all the 9 questions. Cool. They're going to stay on the chat when we go to the small rooms. And right now, I'm going to separate you in rooms so you guys can get to talk about the questions, discuss, and everything. Once you get to a room, please introduce yourself to the other people, okay, in the room. Tell who you are, where you come from, things you think it's important about yourself. And once everyone has already introduced themselves, you guys can start working on the questions. We usually choose a leader in the rooms. This leader is a person who is going to keep the conversation going, you know, make the questions and make sure everyone is allowed to talk, you know, has the time to talk. If you want to be a leader, you can say, oh, I want to be a leader, I want to try. But if nobody wants to be a leader, there's no problem. You guys just try to work on the conversation, okay? Do we have any questions before we go? Good. Okay. I'm going to be creating 2 rooms, and we're going to be 4 people in each room, okay? You guys are going to get an invitation to join your rooms in a minute. Coming. Okay, and cool. Okay, guys, you already got your no, you didn't get it yet. Just a minute. Okay. You guys just got the invitations to the rooms, okay? You guys can go join the rooms and start talking. And if you have any trouble, just come back here to the main room. See you guys in a few minutes. Cool. And now all the 5 of us, we're going to have a conversation here at the main room. Really excited for it. But I don't know any of you guys yet, just Flavio, who just introduced himself. But Flavio, can I ask you to introduce yourself again to the rest of people who weren't here?
Sure. So my name is Flavio Barbosa. I'm living in Fortaleza here in Brazil. And I work with information technology. And I think that this is the reason that my English is getting better fast. I don't know. Yes, because IT and English work together. And yeah, and I have 45 years old, and I'm married. I have a son, and the reason that I decided to improve my speaking skills happening in this pandemic, when I wake up and think to myself, oh man, what the skills I need to improve in my life, and I need to improve in my profession for me as a yes, and I decided to speak in English, studied English, and I put my shame behind me and start my challenge. But it's not easy, because the first, in my opinion, the most difficult point to start and improve your English is your shame. When you're feel embarrassed in situations like this, for example. Before this, I think that all the things is more easy to do. Yeah. This is it.
To work on.
Yeah.
That's really great. Nice to get to know you again. Hope you feel safe here with us. But yeah, I think the worst problem is not English itself, it's the shame.
Yeah.
Getting over the shame is a huge
Believe
challenge.
now I am with shame, but I'm shaming, but I try to don't I don't know how can I put it, don't show you that I am shame or embarrassed. You know, I don't know how can I say. Eu tento não demonstrar.
Yeah, no, you said it correctly. Yeah,
okay.
It's very nice. Perfect. Oh, now I want to hear from Bruna. I've never talked to Bruna before, I guess. And can you introduce yourself, please? You're still muted. You are still muted, your microphone. Now you're?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bruna. I was born in Brasilia. And today I'm South Florida, Jacksonville, you know?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yes. And I don't know. My English is terrible. I think I am wrong class, because my English is terrible. And whatever. I have 2 kids, 1 boy and 1 girl. I'm 32 years old. I'm architect. Architect is correct.
Mm-hmm.
I'm architect, and I want to learn English here because talk English is what do I say? Liberdade.
You can say freedom.
Yes, I think so.
That's really great. Let me tell you something. Your English is not terrible. You're doing great.
No, it's terrible.
Yes, you are. Yes. And it's super cool. You moved to the USA because of work or family?
No. I wanted the experience for living on our culture. Just this.
That's really great.
I am here. No, I am here. I am here for 6 months, and
Great.
it is.
So you're still in the beginning of all the experience, right?
You're right.
Was it a shock at the beginning? The beginning
Yes.
was like,
Yes, very different.
oh, that's really nice. Great. Really nice to have you here. Hope you can get to know
Nice to
all of
meet
us
you.
better. Great. What about you, Swelling? How are you doing? Can you introduce yourself to us, please?
Hi, everyone. I am Swelling. I am 34 years old. I live in Jacareí, but I was born in San Jose. I married, no have kids. I need to improve my English. I'm here now. I am tax analyst,
Yes. Oh,
and I need to improve my English because I how can I say, perdendo oportunidade in job.
you are missing opportunities.
I'm missing opportunities in work. So
I understand that. I have a student, she's in the same position. She works as well as a tax analyst, and she started learning English because of that. She already works in a company from another country, but she misses a lot of opportunities because she can't talk to the people in the meetings and this kind of stuff. She was already offered a new position, a higher position in the company, but she needs to learn English first.
okay.
That's really great. So I hope we're able to help you here and you get to improve your English. But you're also already talking like really well. You're doing really well already. That's really nice. I just missed the part. Where are you from in Brazil?
Yes.
No, yeah, but which state? I missed that part.
Okay, and São Paulo.
Ah, cool. Me too.
São Paulo, yes. Interior,
The like countryside.
the countryside in the States, in São Paulo.
Cool. That's really great. Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
What about you, Michael? Where are you from? Can you introduce yourself to us, please?
Hi, everybody. My name is Michael, and I live in Pernambuco. This is my second time here on TNT, and I'm really excited to be here now because I can speak English, but I don't practice a lot. I just get a lot of input because I listen to a lot of music and I watch a lot of shows, but I don't really speak much with people because I don't really have anyone to speak to other than my friends on my phone, but it's not the same thing, right? And yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you guys.
That's really great. Excited to talk to you too. Nice to meet you. And that's something really true. We get a lot of input, like series and music, but talking to people is really like a more difficult experience to get. Very great. I learned English with music and series, but I used to talk by myself to myself. That was my experience. Kind of crazy, I know. I still talk to myself sometimes, but it was great to help with English.
I talk myself every time, all time.
In Portuguese or English?
English. I try.
That's very great. You have the discussions in the shower and everything.
Yes.
These are the best part. Cool. Nice to have you two here, Michael. It's gonna be really great. For those of you who still don't know me, I'm Júnior Rufino. I'm 19 years old. I am from Hortolândia, São Paulo, but I'm naturally from Minas Gerais. So I don't know if that changes a lot. I already talk like a Paulista. So I'm 19 years old. I am an English teacher and social media work here at Aprendi as well. And a lot of other places. That's it. Favorite food, fried chicken. This is a big part of my personality. So great. So can we get to the questions? I want to ask you guys the first question, what that is. I'm going to ask you Swelling first. Swelling, do you like reading?
Yes, I do. I like romance and horror and help. Can you say autoajuda?
I forgot how to say this.
It's self-help.
Self-help.
Cool.
Oh.
That's really great. What about you, Michael? Do you like reading?
Yeah, I love reading, but I just have to work on my habit because I think it's hard to pick up. So I made a goal, which I'll have to read one book, 1 month. And until now, I'm doing good. So I hope I can like keep up until the end of the year. But I love it. I really think is one of the most enriching activities one can do.
It's really great. That's awesome. Me too. I've done the same thing. But in the beginning of the year, I bought 4 books, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read a book for one book a month. Didn't happen. They're all. So I'm not reading great. I wanted to be just like you, reading, but trying. What about you, Bruna? Do you like reading?
I don't. I prefer to hear, to listen podcasts or videos, but read no.
Oh, great. That's a good experience as well. Nowadays, the things change, you know. The books are not the only source anymore.
I like to hear books online books, but read no.
Got it. That's absolutely
okay.
valid. No, that's absolutely valid. I've tried audiobooks, but I sleep very easily.
Yeah. Oh, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
When I drive, I listen. So it's okay to me.
It's cool. I think this is very fancy, you know, you're driving and listening to an audiobook. I think it's like so.
Or when I am cooking or drive, whatever.
Great. That's awesome. Cool. What about you, Fabio? Do you like reading? You are muted.
Sorry, guys. Honestly, I'm not a bookworm. I'm a serious binger, and but I read a lot during my day, in my activity in here, in my functions, in my work. But honestly, I don't like read. I prefer watching something and learning like this way.
Great. Cool. That's great as well. Thanks. Now, continuing with you, Flavio, what do you think is the most used source of knowledge nowadays?
All kinds of the resource like that involve technology, internet, like tools that have streaming, YouTube, like for example, YouTube, in other platforms to have conversations like Cambly, iTalki, and Google, and the other platforms, you know, or even courses that have opportunity to practice. It's for me, it's most important. It's the secret to you improve. Yeah.
That's really great. Oh, for you, Swelling, what is the most used source of knowledge nowadays?
I use it most for nowadays is YouTube and Google. About my area in work.
Great. For you, Bruna, what is the most used source of knowledge?
What epics? I don't understand your question.
Okay. A source of knowledge would be a place you go, when you need information.
Okay.
Where do you usually look for information?
Good information.
Any information.
General.
Yes, if you need to learn how to cook something, or if you need to learn something to help the kids with homework.
About informations, general, CNN, app CNN, CNN, yes, correct.
Yeah, CNN.
And I use for study YouTube. I listen podcasts at Spotify. Is correct?
Yeah, sure.
That's great. That.
Yes. Nowadays, there is this wave of learning with podcasts, which is really cool. Learning with podcasts is really cool. Usually when I'm doing the dishes, when I'm washing the dishes, I always put music or a podcast to listen to something.
In Spotify? At Spotify? Podcast is better.
There
is some podcast about English and Spotify. It's cool.
Yeah, there are some. Cool. By the way, we have a podcast on Aprendi. We have a few podcasts actually.
No,
you've never listened to our podcast? No. Cool. We have some. We have our meditation podcast that airs twice a week, every Monday and Tuesday and Thursday. And we also have our podcast for the meetings. We have a few of the meetings recorded on podcasts. Are really cool. And we have Aprendi's podcast as well.
I will see.
They're really great. Take a look at that. Cool. For you, Michael, what is the most used source of knowledge nowadays?
I would say that everything that involves technology, such as Flavio said, and I personally use a lot of Spotify to listen to podcasts, mostly about history because I like history, and also I use a lot of YouTube because I find it incredible, like how much information you can get from that only platform. And yeah, I would say it's basically technology.
Oh, that's great. Yes. Yes. Cool stuff about YouTube is you can learn pretty much everything on YouTube nowadays, Like if you look for woodwork, you'll find it on YouTube. Food, like cooking, English, languages, kind of everything. It's really cool. And also for fun, because there's probably a lot of stuff there for fun. Great. For me, in my case, because I'm reading a bubble, of languages speaking. So for me, the most used source of knowledge would be books for me, because I give classes on a lot of stuff, but they're usually digital books. I don't deal a lot with paper. I prefer the digital because I can just save there to the notes and everything. Cool. Bruna, when you are doing research, when you're looking for information, do you prefer using YouTube or reading material?
YouTube.
YouTube.
What information? Whatever?
Any kind of information.
YouTube.
So, great. And you, Michael, do you prefer using YouTube or written material?
I would prefer to read, because if I'm watching on YouTube, I'll get like biased, if you know what I mean. I'll just be exposed to that information and I'm gonna internalize that into me. And I'm not gonna create my own opinion of that, if you know what I mean. I don't know if it makes sense, but for me it's like that. So I prefer to read and then form an opinion about that. But if it's something simple, such as like cooking, I'll go to YouTube.
Oh, wow, that's something really dope. That's something really dope. I've never seen anyone with that kind of that kind of system, you know? Like if I want to know something really deep, like opinions on society and this kind of stuff, you go reading. That's pretty dope. Oh. For you, Zoelen, when you're doing research, what do you prefer using?
I prefer YouTube, but I reading too. When I watching, reading.
Cool. Great. And for you, Flavio?
I prefer YouTube. Yes, for me it's it's easier for me, and if necessary, searching for something more advanced, specifically, yes, I find buy a book, for example, but my priority is YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, great. For you who like to read the information, who like to go to written material to research, do you think it's more difficult than just looking on YouTube? It gives like it gives you more work.
I didn't get that the idea of your question. Can you repeat, please, again?
Oh, sure. For the people who prefer reading the information, the guys who like to read the information, do you think it's more difficult? It gives you more work than just going to YouTube?
My case, it's not. I think that is not difficult. The answer is more practice. When I decide to choose YouTube to searching for something, for me it's more practice. Reading is interesting, but in my opinion, for me, I have difficulty to read because I don't have a rich vocabulary to understand some sentence, and I need to stop my reading and find the traduction of the word and back again to the text to continue my, So I think that's, for me, is not productive. I don't know if productive. Yeah, productive.
Yeah.
This is it.
Oh, got it. For you, Bruna, do you think it's like you prefer like media, content like on podcasts or YouTube, but it's because you feel more comfortable, or because you think it's like more difficult to go to books?
It's more easy to me because I can listen when I am workout, or when I drive, and when I cook, or when whatever, and read. I will have more time. I will have more time. No.
Yep. It takes more time.
Yeah. But I never read English book. My English is.
Don't say your English is bad.
Terrible. Yeah. I never try.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I never tried.
Cool. Great. Oh, I understand that.
Try it.
Mhm. No, I understand the feeling. I only start my first book in English. I only read my first book in English like almost a year after I started giving classes, teaching classes, because I never felt.
What's name?
My first book in English was a fantasy book.
Fantasy book.
Yes, it was. Let me remember the name. No, it wasn't fantasy. It was science fiction. It was the Lorien Legacies. It was from the Lorien Legacies saga. A lot of people don't know this kind of, but if you have already watched it,
my vocabulary
there's a movie.
My vocabulary is limited, so I think I first why I need more vocabulary. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I try read a book.
Yeah, no problem. Oh. Read. Michael, you told me you prefer, when it's like really serious information, you prefer going to books, right?
Yeah.
You kind of, I myself, I don't trust a lot of opinions on YouTube because people sometimes, I don't know. Is it the same for you?
Yes, exactly. I don't like go to a book because books are usually very long. I just read an article written by a professional, you know. I think it's more productive if I do that and if I form an opinion after.
Got it. I do the same, yes. If you're Swellen, getting information from YouTube is a lot more comfortable and easier. In books are usually, more difficult than YouTube. But do you prefer, I forgot, do you prefer YouTube or reading?
I prefer YouTube.
YouTube.
I ease when I learn fast.
Yeah. Cool. That's very great.
I think fast memorize.
Oh, okay. You memorize it faster when you're listening. Yes. You're watching on YouTube.
Yes.
Oh, that's very great. But you usually look for information on YouTube first, and then if you don't find on YouTube, you go to an article or something.
Yes.
Oh, got it. Read. Ooh. Can someone read number 4, please? If you guys are willing to.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. What is the most reliable source of knowledge?
Okay, this is a personal answer. What is the most reliable source of knowledge for you, Flavio? What for you is the most reliable? I think some people got lost in the word reliable. We can listen to you.
Sorry again. Sorry, people. Sorry,
No
guys.
problem.
The most reliable book. Yes. How can I say? Eu ia dizer, sem dúvida, é livro. But when I answered these questions from number 1, 2, 3 until question 4, I exposed my opinion about like reading or watching something to study English, but for other things that we need to do in our lives, I think mainly searching for knowledge, my recommendation that is searching knowledge on books is not and not on the platforms we have that with stream, But if studying English for me, I prefer something more practice, but so searching for knowledge for my life, books. Yeah.
Great. Really dope. Michael was agreeing. Here you go, Michael. Michael.
What was the question again?
What is the most reliable source of knowledge?
I think like all sources are good. They're all reliable. You just have to look into who's writing that, like who is giving out that information, because I think a lot of people like to give their opinions, but they don't really know what they're talking about. So I think it's your job to see who's saying that, because myself, like I've read a few books. I found those awful. I didn't like it at all. And they were famous people. Like a lot of people read them, but I didn't like it. You know what I'm trying to say? I think you have to look into who's saying that. But all sources are really are good. I mean,
Nice. Very good. For you, Bruno.
I didn't understand the question.
Okay. I don't think there's a word I can use to explain you reliable. The translation would be...
What is reliable?
Confiável.
What?
Confiável.
Oh.
So I'm gonna send you the translation on the chat here.
Okay.
What is the most reliable source of knowledge? Here, it's on the chat.
Okay. Book, I think, or there is some Apple, some platforms. How do I say confiáveis?
Reliable.
My God. Reliable.
Is reliable.
Reliable. There
Right.
is some sites. It's correct. But I think books, it's reliable. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No problem. Express yourself the way you want. Okay. No problem.
Okay.
But
I am nervous always when I need talk English. So
I understand the feeling.
all days.
Sometimes I think we all get nervous. No.
Oh, sorry?
I think we all get nervous in different levels, Because, for example, you are nervous because you're still learning and you're afraid to make a mistake and this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. For me, I get really nervous because I'm a teacher. And every time I'm talking to someone, I get nervous.
Are you a teacher?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And I get really nervous because every time I'm talking to someone, I am afraid of making a mistake and someone saying, "Oh, but you're a teacher, you can make mistakes." I'm like, okay, yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so I think everyone gets nervous, but
I am trying.
Exactly. The secret to English fluency is And I don't translate, eu nunca achei uma tradução para isso em inglês, but it's cara de pau. Yeah. Yes. After a while, por exemplo, você vai adquirir aos poucos. Good. Well, there are, as Michael said, that I agree, there are a lot of reliable sources of information. You just need to know, who is writing, who's giving you this kind of information. For me, it's a lot easier because every time I go on YouTube looking for information, I need to filter who is doing the information, what are the fonts, where did they get this information, who is talking, and if this person is talking, if they're giving too much opinion, if I'm getting the opinion of the person talking. So if it's biased, as you said. So for me, it's a lot easier to go to written material. I'm not a big fan of books, of informational books, I like more like novels, fantasy, sci-fi, but I love articles. I just love articles. So for me, it's a lot easier to go on Google to find an article from a reliable source, like BBC, CNN, or some science association, this kind of stuff, to get the information. And I really love, because I love learning new stuff and reading. So I think there are a lot of reliable sources, but you just need to know who's talking, who is sharing information with you. In my case, I prefer written material because I think it's easier to filter. Cool.
I have a curiosity. May I ask?
Yeah, sure.
As a teacher, in your opinion, what do you think about this generation? That is a generation of technology, and they get easy access to some ways, like YouTube, as we spoken here, YouTube and other platforms to get information, fast information. What do you think about this? Ao invés de searching information in books.
Oh, got it. Actually, Flavio, we are only like 10 minutes away of finishing.
Yeah.
Can I answer your question after we finish? We stop the transmission on YouTube.
No problem.
Then I answer you.
Yeah.
But I really like to talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's just because I want to work on another question before we finish. Okay. But that's a really valid question.
Okay.
Stay after we finish, and then we talk about it.
Okay.
Oh. But thanks for asking. It's a really nice answer. I'm going to ask you, Bruna, do you think, I'm going to jump to question number 6, okay?
Okay.
Do you think Brazilians don't read enough?
I don't know. I don't. Just Brazilians?
I put Brazilians because people have a general belief that Brazilians don't read a lot, I don't know.
I think it's not our culture,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Really, I don't know.
Cool. Great. Think about the people people who you used to live with, your family, your friends. Do they read a lot or not?
No. Not is usually no.
Great. Oh. Yeah, Flavio, do you think Brazilians don't read enough?
Yes. Brazilian people don't read enough, and in my opinion, we are, I don't know how can I say refém in English, refém, and we are refém of the author of information. I don't know if you understand what I want to yes,
You do,
yes. An example an example of this situation is this situation like fake news about information. Whenever it doesn't matter the subjects, but you don't know if the information in front of you is true or false. But we don't know because we don't have knowledge enough to interpret and to interpretate. I don't know if it's correct.
Mhm.
To interpretate if it's really information or not really information. Yeah. I think that is a big problem in our society.
Yes. In a point of view, kind of, I feel like that. Hey, what about you, Michael?
Well, I definitely agree with Flavio because I think we as a nation don't read enough, and that has caused us a lot of problems. It is causing a lot of problems in our country because we don't read. So we just didn't get that ability of interpreting some information. So we are like easy targets to fake news. I mean, I think you all agree with me. Um, yeah, I don't think we read enough. I think we should read more because science and culture and books are everything we have.
It's very cool. It's very dope. Yes. I agree with you guys. When I was growing up, I didn't know a lot of people who used to read. Most of my friends, I don't think I've ever had the friend who I could like share reading. I really loved reading, but I never had a friend who loved reading. And I know a lot of people. You know? And during school, especially high school, I would see a lot of people, trying to get information from like YouTube and this kind of stuff, but not getting from the right sources. And failing tests and this kind of stuff or projects. And it was like things that for me were basic information because I was used to get information from reading. I was kind of a nerd back in school. Nowadays, I do know a lot of people who like to read, but I think I'm in a bubble, I'm in college. I'm a teacher. So for me, it's like really easy to find people who like to read. But I still feel like there are some basic stuff, that everyone in society should know or should be aware of, that people would know more if they had the habit to read, or like, at least I think not only about knowledge, but also about living in society, and how to behave. I think it would help a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh. Okay. Bruna, you said you have 2 children.
Yes.
Do they speak in English?
Yes.
They're going to school in the USA.
No, they're living in Brazil, not here.
Oh, they live in Brazil.
Just me, I am here. Just
cool. That's nice.
Mm.
Do you plan on taking them to the USA?
Oh, sorry.
Do you plan on taking them to the USA someday?
Yeah, no. Sorry, repeat. Can you repeat?
Levar eles to take them to the USA someday?
No. Because I will go. I will go to Brazil. I will to go to Brazil. Yes.
Back to Brazil. Yes. Cool. Okay. Time to close the breakout rooms. Everyone's going to come back. We're going to wrap everything up.
Back. I will come back. I will come back to Brazil.
Exactly like that. Good. All right. Then we're gonna wrap everything up, and then I ask for your question, Flavio, after we stop here the transmission, everything. And yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna wait for people to come. And talking about coming back to Brazil, I was watching the videos of Brazil's entrance on the Olympics with flip-flops, and people were loving it. I think it was really cool. Really dope. Okay. Are people not coming? I think the conversation is going well in the other rooms because people don't want to come back. Okay, but they're going to be back here in a second. Okay. Well, I guess the conversation was going well in the other rooms because everyone waited until the last second to come back.
Yes, of course.
You notice.
Good. Mateus, how was the conversation for you in the other room?
Oh, it was pretty nice because we have today a nice content, a nice subject. It was about reading, and it's something that I like, and I think it is important to every people. And also I enjoy the comments that we had in our room.
That's really great. Oh, awesome. You were here on the last talk we had about reading, right?
Actually not. I'm here about the topic video games in the last week.
Oh, no, so okay, got it. So it was a different topic. I thought we were here. Because we had a Matil's here last week. But okay, no problem. Nice that you liked. Sonia. I think it's Sonia. I saw on the.
Yeah, Sonia Miriam.
Yes, great. How was the conversation for you?
It was very good. It was about reading, but we also chat about internet because nowadays we read a lot on internet. So we had a good conversation about it. All of them have love reading. I think only me don't read a lot. And it was very pleasure to see they are younger and they have the habit of reading.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's something I was about to say here, the main room. Nowadays, when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends who read, but nowadays I do see a lot of people from my generation who love doing it. And I think it's pretty cool that people are now getting this habit, you know?
Yes.
It's really important. Oh. Mari, what's something that you thought that was cool in this conversation you had?
There was a thing really cool that Luis, that already gone, he made some research. So he about little things. It's really interesting because we was talking about I don't know. Eu não sei falar isso.
No problem. You can do it in Portuguese as well.
And he was saying about the papers that he used to read to his research. So it was really great.
It's awesome. That's really cool. Cool. But then we have two José's here. Let's go first with José's already with his microphone open, José Cassiano. So I'm gonna ask you, what did you think was cool in the conversation?
It was a great topic to discuss. We just shared this amazing opinion about to increase, to become more person reader. And yes, it was fantastic to share my opinion and the opinion of them.
Very great. Cool. And for you, José Webster.
It was very nice because in our room, we're also discussing about how to create an environment to motivate the children to reading, you know, because in our room, we have some friends that have kids, they have kids, and we are sometimes discussing about how to create an environment to motivate our kids and our teenager, and especially at school in the early ages, how to motivate them to reading, to become a reader, no? And it was very interesting. And we have discussing about the material. We have a lot of material available on the internet to read, and sometimes they are not reliable material to read. So it's very important to have pay attention, and when we are reading something, to do the author, to know the author and the source. It was really nice, you know. Thank you very much.
That's nice. Glad you liked. Cool. And the last person who was in the other room was Natalie, who I know she likes reading. She was here on the last conversation about books and reading. How was today for you, Natalie?
Yeah, today was really good. It was like more than reading, you know, because as I was at the same room as Mariana, I think it was her that said, we talk about scientific things. I think Miriam said about internet things. So yeah, it was really good. It was like more than reading, you know. Really, really good.
That's really, really great. Awesome. Nice to know you guys had a great time. Michael and Flavio, you guys were here with me on the main room. Do you have anything to add?
Michael, go ahead.
I just really liked very much the conversation. I was a bit nervous at first, and I was also nervous throughout the conversation, and I made a lot of mistakes, but I think I evolved a bit. I believe so. I'm really grateful for you guys. Thank you.
That's great. Cool. Now your turn, Flavio.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I can say about this. For me, this class. It's a amazing class and a great opportunity to evaluate my English and sharing experiences with other people. Thanks so much for this opportunity. It's amazing. Yes.
Great. Hope you liked. Today was your first time, and I hope you keep coming to have more conversations with us here. Guys, once more, love to have you all here. One more Friday, one more talk. For me was pretty cool as well. And now it's time to go. But before, I want you guys to answer to our feedback. Okay? It's really important for us that you guys answer the feedback, because in it, you guys help us to make TNT a better place each and every single day. So here it goes. The link is here on the chat. You guys can click on it just to make sure it opens before we all leave. And do we have anything to add? No one? Nope. So that was it. Thank you all for coming. Love you all. And see you guys in the next